In a kingdom known for its beauty and brilliance, there stood a palace filled with wonders, towering halls, golden chambers, glowing gardens. People traveled from distant lands to admire its carvings, its fountains, its shimmering gates. But among all its splendor, there was one thing no one cared about: a small, faded wooden door, tucked quietly in a shadowed corner of the eastern wall. It had no carvings, no guards, no decorations, just a door, plain, old, and forgotten. Some said it led nowhere, others said it was a storage closet. Most people simply walked past it without a thought. Yet that door hid a secret capable of changing a life forever. Every morning, crowds filled the palace courtyard. Tourists admired the golden arches. Nobles entered the royal halls. Servants carried baskets across the marble floors. And all of them walked right past the small wooden door, not even glancing at it. People valued only what glowed, what shined, what was impressive. The wooden door didn't sparkle. So it didn't matter, except to Leon, a quiet young servant who worked in the palace. While others ignored the door, Leon always felt something strange about it. A whisper, a tug, a faint curiosity that refused to leave him. Leon had always been different. He questioned things others overlooked. He noticed details others missed. He believed treasures were not always wrapped in gold. His friends laughed at him. Why waste time looking at that useless door? It's nothing but old wood. You're dreaming again, Leon. But something inside him said, if everyone ignores it, maybe that's exactly where the real secret is. He passed the door every day, tempted to open it, but he didn't. Not yet. He feared punishment. He feared being wrong. He feared being laughed at. So he waited. Until one day, curiosity outweighed fear. One quiet evening, when the palace lights dimmed and most servants had gone to sleep, Leon found himself standing before the door. The hallway was silent. The air felt different, thick with possibility. His hand trembled as he reached for the rusty handle. Click. The door opened easily, too easily. Inside, there was a narrow passageway lit by faint torches, as though someone had been there recently. Yet no one had entered it in decades. The walls were lined with worn paintings, symbols he didn't recognize, whispers of a forgotten story. At the end of the passage stood a staircase leading down into dimness. Without hesitating, Leon followed. At the bottom of the stairs was a massive underground chamber. Dusty, silent, untouched. But what caught Leon's eye was a large pedestal in the center, and on it, a stone tablet. He approached slowly. Carved on the tablet were words that sent chills down his spine. The treasure of this kingdom belongs to the one who sees what others ignore.
The treasure is for the one who opens the ignored door.
His heart pounded. Around the chamber he found chests covered in cobwebs. Inside them were ancient scrolls, maps, forgotten inventions, old blueprints, knowledge worth more than gold. It hit him. He had just discovered the kingdom's long-lost treasury of wisdom. A treasure hidden not behind the grand gates, not inside the royal vault, but behind a door everyone ignored. Leon ran to the king with the news, but guards laughed at him. They mocked him. They told him he had dirt on his clothes, nothing more. People only believed in things they could see, things that glittered. Yet Leon insisted again and again until the king finally agreed to follow him.
When the king stepped through the wooden door and down into the chamber, he froze. The air shifted. The king's eyes widened. He whispered, This was lost for generations." Slowly he turned toward Leon.
Back in the throne room, the king called for the council. Everyone gathered, ministers, nobles, guards, servants.
"For years, this palace has shown you beauty and grandeur. Yet none of you saw the most valuable door of all, except one. He did what none of you did. He questioned what others ignored. He dared to see value in the ordinary. Because of him, our kingdom regains its greatest treasure.
Lian's heart raced. He never expected reward. He only followed curiosity.
A kingdom is not built by those who follow the crowd, but by those who notice what others overlook.
Lian was promoted from an ordinary servant to the royal keeper of knowledge, a position once held by the wisest advisors in history. His duties were not just to guard the treasury, but to guide the kingdom with new inventions, ancient insights, forgotten truths. Lian studied every scroll, every blueprint, every map. He brought back lost farming techniques. He revived forgotten technologies. He taught new methods of trade and construction. The kingdom thrived, more food, better roads, smarter systems, and every success traced back to a door that everyone ignored, except one man with curiosity. Years passed. Lian became known across the kingdom as the Seeker, the man who found value in places others walked past. He established schools teaching children, don't be blinded by what shines. Look deeper, look wider, look beyond the obvious. Under his leadership, people began to explore, ask questions, investigate small, forgotten details. The kingdom became one of innovation and wisdom, not because its gates were golden, but because its people learned to open the doors everyone else ignored. As Lian grew older, he gave one last speech before retiring. He stood beside the same wooden door. Its wood still looked plain, still unimpressive.
This door taught me the greatest lesson of my life. Sometimes the biggest opportunities do not shout. They whisper. Sometimes your breakthrough doesn't stand tall in gold. It hides quietly, waiting for the one brave enough to try. Never overlook the small things. Behind small things, big destinies are hiding.
The door everyone ignored became the door that changed everything. It taught a kingdom to see value in places others abandoned. It turned a servant into a leader. It revived a nation's lost wisdom. It reminded the world that greatness often hides in quiet corners. And the message echoes today. Your greatest opportunity might be something people laugh at. Your destiny might be